A very good afternoon, everybody. The topic of my presentation is combined approach to treatment of megavaricosities. This case was performed as part of a vascular workshop conducted at LPS Institute of Cardiology and Cardiothoracic Surgery, which is attached to GSVM Medical College. It's a government institute, Kanpur, UP, India. And this workshop was conducted in the month of December 2012 under the very able guidance of Dr. N.N. Khanna and Dr. Vinay Krishna, who is our director, and we are progressing by leaps and bounds under his leadership. The case history: a 46 years old obese female patient presented with a history of non-healing ulcer in the left lower limb of 3 years duration, skin pigmentation, pain, and multiple tortuous swellings in bilateral lower limb since 5 years. On clinical examination and duplex ultrasound, a diagnosis of bilateral lower limb grade saphenous venous varicosity with saphenofemoral junction and multiple perforator incompetence was made. Both the above and below knee, ankle and distal leg perforators were incompetent. Left distal great saphenous vein was distended hugely, 4 centimeter in diameter mid-thigh. So here we go. Megavaricosity. Left lower limb was involved most severely with ankle flare and eczema and a chronic non-healing ulcer measuring 10 into 7 centimeters above the ankle with slough-filled base and indurated margins. So as expected, the patient was very apprehensive because of her ulcer. After ruling out DVT and with patient's consent, endovenous laser ablation of the left great saphenous vein was planned. The procedure was planned in the cath lab with the table in reverse trunnion position to maximize vein diameter, with the patient in supine position and the left hip partially flexed and externally rotated. Parts were painted and draped. Access to the great saphenous vein was achieved through a stab incision at the distal leg, as needle puncture approach was difficult due to skin induration and limb edema. The vein was cannulated with a 6 French sheath under direct vision. Venography was performed using Omnipac. The SFJ incompetence and multiple perforator incompetence were confirmed. The distal great saphenous vein was found to be hugely dilated, 4 centimeter mid-thigh and 5 centimeter just distal to the saphenofemoral junction. The images, the snap of the image, in fact, I regret the quality. Megavaricosities, thigh region. Problem statement and solution. In view of incomplete venous occlusion and increased recanalization rates observed when laser ablation is used as a sole modality for the management of megavaricosities, surgical ligation of great saphenous vein flush to the SFJ and retrograde laser ablation of the great saphenous vein was decided upon. The left junction and distal great saphenous vein may approach surgically under LA, the standard approach. So here you can see the junction, and the great saphenous vein was ligated flush to the junction and divided. I would like you to appreciate the fact that the vein here on the screen, they are collapsed, and that's the reason they are, in fact, in reality, they were as thick, they were very thick, they are huge when distended. The vein was cannulated. Diluted lignocaine was used for perivenous local tumescent anesthesia, 2 mg per kg of plain lignocaine. RC catheter was introduced into the venous lumen or guide wire in a retrograde manner up to the ankle. A 940 nanometer diode laser fiber was introduced into the catheter and secured with the fiber tip protruding just outside the catheter. The laser fiber was fired and thermal laser energy was delivered along the entire length of the vein by withdrawing the laser fiber in 5 mm increments over time in a stepped up fashion. Manual compression was applied to achieve vein wall opposition. A total of 3,600 joules was delivered in a pulse manner along the entire length. This would amount to about 70 joules per centimeter vein length or 70 lead linear endovenous energy density in bursts of 150 milliseconds. After the removal of the laser fiber along with the catheter and the sheath, incision wound was sutured. 2 separate phlebotomies had to be performed to excise tributary varicosities below knee, which were very prominent here. Incision wounds were dressed and graduated compression stocking was applied. Patient was comfortable throughout the procedure and she was discharged after 2 hours and is being followed up regularly. The results are excellent. The ulcer healed completely by 6 weeks. Various small and medium tributary varicosities subsided on their own. Ankle flare and eczema subsided. The patient is happy and satisfied, and she has conveyed her thanks and blessings to everyone. Here, this is the ulcer after 4 weeks.
1 minute.
After 2 months, this is the. Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, you are right in time. Thank you.